poppin', y'all? This is Deidre with One Shot Game, man. You already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to help improve your life. The choice is yours on which route you choose to take. Now, as I always say, you get two choices. The ability to faithfully settle in the life that has been set out for you, or the ability to pave a path towards your destiny. That choice is also up to you. So before I get into the title of my video, I want to say a big shout out to all my supporters. You guys are great. And even the ones behind the scenes, I see y'all too. So, hey, look, the title of this video is based off the fact that I really don't got to explain nothing to nobody. As I'm growing more and more into myself, you know what I'm saying? I leave people to just question and think whatever they want to think. But at the same time, oftentimes there are people that have the question and the assumption of why does she get to be exposed to a certain level of power that we have been working to obtain our whole entire life. And you got to think of it on a different spectrum. You know what I'm saying? The world has been navigating in darkness for so long. You got to really think how a lot of people have advanced in life based off of someone else's pain, someone else's hurt. You know what I'm saying? The evil, the destruction. You know what I'm saying? So when someone comes into a certain type of power, that there are people who have been operating in darkness for so long won't. It's almost as if you got to look at it in how that person's spirit is. You know what I'm saying? How they move all across the board, how they treat people. You know what I'm saying? How they react to people. You know what I'm saying? And listen, that doesn't mean they're perfect, but again, a lot of people can't separate the spirit between the flesh. You know what I'm saying? Oftentimes they think they're the same person, but in reality, if a person is playing an angel but really a demon, I promise you it'll be in their body language and their facial expressions. They don't know that they doing it, but a person that can see through that can see through them and can see. You feel me? You're only putting on an act to be able to acquire what you want. It's not necessarily you being you. Because say you don't get something or somebody don't react the way you want them to react, your true spirit shows in your facial expressions and your body language, which is two things that people can't understand that they doing when they're not realizing how their spirit is basically the driving factor of how their life is. You know what I'm saying? People cannot see it. They are ignoring it. They're immune to it. It's almost as if they see it, but they don't want to see it. So they act like they don't see it. You know what I'm saying? And again, this certain type of power that is awarded to people has to be able to be used in a way where, you know, you move in the light, meaning you want to see people become better. You know what I'm saying? You want to see people do right by others. You want to see the good in the world advance and not the darkness. And a lot of people don't understand that, because in their mind, I don't think it's a form of being mentally slow. I think it's just a block that people really truly believe that they're not hurting from the pain that was caused to them and turned their spirit into someone that plays an angel but is really a demon. So because of the cloaks that a lot of people have been able to hide under, you have to be understanding of the fact that a certain level of power cannot be awarded to people that really only play an angel to benefit from people. But deep down inside, they really move with dark intentions. You know what I'm saying? That would lead the world into a state of worse destruction. Like, we will be worse off than where we're at right now if we allow someone to come in and really have this dark mentality. You know what I'm saying? Listen, a lot of people just cannot fathom or completely understand how someone, you know what I'm saying, who they judge or look at it in a certain type of way without even truly knowing them, has a certain level of power when they've been doing and been instructed to gain and, you know what I'm saying, have these things to be awarded a certain level of, you know, power to the world. You know what I'm saying? To be able to equally be able to have access to people so that you can be able to siphon their energy to further benefit who you are or what you are on your journey. You know what I'm saying? Listen, too many people actually are people that you would think are nice and genuine and kind until you get a chance to really get to know them for real, and you see that it is all just a cloak. You know what I'm saying? They're really not someone that actually cares about the benefit of the people. They're really not someone that's doing something that they love. They're really not someone, you know what I'm saying, that's participating in certain things that bring them joy. It's all a formulated, programmed schedule, an itinerary to be able to function in life. It's not really truly them for real. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about it. If people were actually doing things that they really enjoyed and made them happy, it wouldn't be no animosity. It wouldn't be no hatred. It wouldn't be no separation of people, because everybody would be doing things that they love and enjoy, you know? But for a person to, you know what I'm saying, judge you or look at you in a certain type of way because you have a certain level of power they may not have, that right there explains to you exactly how people look at each other, which gives you the perfect intention of understanding that nobody's really doing things that make them happy. You know what I'm saying? Because they're too programmed to the social norms. You know what I'm saying? And I totally understand. I totally get it. But you cannot be mad at someone that decided to take a different route and was not afraid to take that route. You know what I'm saying? If you really truly want to be happy, you have to do what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep doing something that don't make you happy and then getting mad at someone else because they took a different route than you. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm telling you, it get complicated. It get tricky. People in general are so separated and divided by labels and sources of power and things that they want, attention, love, that a lot of what you see on the internet could be hanging around people, you know, going outside, doing things you love. But people are so divided and separated, that's hard to even have a conversation with someone. You know what I'm saying? Because you can feel them judging you. You can feel them, you know what I'm saying, using their eyes to probably provoke negative energy towards you, because maybe you have something about you that stands out that they wish they had, but they don't even realize how you're not doing what you love. You're not doing, you know, what makes you happy. Because once you get in that space, it's almost as if, listen, you're going to have to fight the dark energy. It's going to be all around. Everybody's not happy with their life, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But you can't be afraid to be you in a world where it's not designed for you to be yourself. You know, the highest paid position people in the world are probably not happy right now because they thought that they were going to get the attention, the glory, the love, and satisfaction, and it worked. You know what I'm saying? In the old world for a very long time. But now, since a new world is forming and they're being stripped of their power, they are just completely unhappy. It's not enough money in the world that can cover up the karmic debt, the backwards things, the things that you did wrong to people to get ahead by having more money. You feel me? You were always being watched. It's just a lot of people don't believe in the universe. A lot of people don't believe that those actions were ever accounted for. You can't just move in the world doing people wrong and expect to be in power or position forever. You know what I'm saying? It just don't work like that. And so they're like in a rage. A lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Just because they thought that that was the way. No, you were tricked by the devil. And because everybody was mentally programmed to operate in a way where don't be yourself, do what I tell you to do, move how I tell you to move, that way of thinking survived for a long time. It wasn't nobody happy. We was just making money and, you know what I'm saying, fraternizing and forming toxic bonds with people and not truly being happy. It was just, we needed you for something. You know what I'm saying? And once people start to open up their mind and become clear, it's kind of like, listen, I don't want you to just need me. I want you to like really form a connection with me where you really truly like me for who I am. And because that's so foreign, listen, I be feeling like I'm in a straight bubble sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because you only judging by what you think you see and not really truly seeing me for me. That's hard in a world where everybody's programmed. A lot of people ain't gonna see you for who you are. They're gonna see you for the labels that the world puts on you. You feel me? They're gonna see you for, you know what I'm saying, what they want you to be, the need of you. You know what I'm saying? Not really truly being you for real. So again, you got to think about how oftentimes people with a certain level of power didn't ask for that. You know what I'm saying? That's not something they wanted to wake up to and be awarded. What happened was they just took a chance to improve their life and be done with having toxic scenarios in their life, and really it was draining them, but they were faking like they were happy and they weren't. You know what I'm saying? So when they cut it off, now it gets everything that everybody had been working towards, I guess, in life. You know what I'm saying? Which is, if I trick everybody, you feel me, to move in a manipulative way, to get money, to move backwards, to do dirt, to be dark, you know what I'm saying? I can gain my power like that because everybody likes power and everybody likes money. You know what I'm saying? And everybody likes fornication and all that. So it's like, okay, but some of those people are doing those things and not happy. I see it every day, to where I be like, listen, you still chasing something that's really not making you happy for real. So how is it if you're doing something that makes you happy, you still miserable? That doesn't make no sense, because again, like I said, if you were truly happy doing something that you love, why are you mad? Why are you upset? It wouldn't be none of that. But then that explains to you how people really are not happy. I see it every day in the environment I'm in. There is no way that you can fake actually liking to do something if you really don't like it. Because if you really enjoyed it, like, I feel like it could be a mood switch. Say you going through something at home. First of all, you putting yourself in that situation. You could leave if you want, but you choose not to. You choose to engage. And so whatever you going through makes you mad. You come to your workplace and you upset still. So you use that aggression on the people that, you know what I'm saying, you can get over on. But you bringing that to your workspace. You don't think people see that? You completely blind and oblivious to the fact that people can see that. You know what I'm saying? And then what happens is those people start feeling odd at their workplace, not realizing like you brung your pain to your job. Somewhere in your life you don't like what you're doing, but in order to survive, you keep doing it. Listen, nothing lasts forever. If you really want to take the time to do something that you enjoy, that means it won't feel like a job. You'll do it because you really truly enjoy it. Means you, whatever you're going through at home or in your family life, you couldn't bring it to doing something you enjoy because it makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? That level of power that is instilled in some people is because they took the route to make themselves happy in life instead of chasing things that don't make them happy. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I just come to realize that that's just what it is. That's what life is. When you wake up to the person you've been faking to be and actually wake up to who you are, it just comes with a certain amount of hate. But you're a type of person that be like, damn, why do you don't like me? I don't got nothing wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea who you are. But then that's when you get to see it's a difference between human flesh and human spirit. And a lot of people, spirits are dark and ugly. That just has you waking up to how the world's been operating. I thought we was, you feel me, zombies. No, it's people doing better than us our whole lives, that the real zombies. You know what I'm saying? Because they're chasing something and doing people wrong to get it, and it's driving their spirit insane because they were already wronged by someone. Like somebody already did them wrong in their life. And so in order to acquire things, you feel me, to get the love, affection, and attention, they just kept doing wrong. Over time, your spirit becomes so dark because you know deep down inside you doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's like a person that's motivated by greed and anger, and they go out and they just go and shoot their enemy. You gotta live with that murder. for the rest of your life. When you close your eyes and you go to sleep at night, that shit is going to haunt you, because I don't care how mad you were at somebody, that does not give you a right to go take somebody's life. You do not have that authority. You know what I'm saying? But you were just too impatient to wait on karma to play its part, because everybody who's done somebody wrong because of their own self-centeredness is paying for that. And they're having a hard time understanding that. You know what I'm saying? And to someone that's at peace and peaceful, you know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that are targeted the most, because they're not understanding how is it that we've been tricked to go after this, and you're doing something completely different, and you're at peace and we're not. A lot of us don't got nothing to do with that. It's just we never took our pain and decided to go out and hurt people. You know what I'm saying? So the level of maybe power that we have, and people just people just hating us for no reason and not really knowing us, is just really annoying. Like, it's almost like you can't catch a break, because the energy that you exude is so high. People can feel it everywhere, and sometimes you just be trying to vibe out and do your own thing, not bothering nobody. You know what I'm saying? But once you evolve spiritually, you can feel the attacks. It's almost as if like these people have a certain voice in their head that tells them, follow that person, attack that person, go after that person. You know what I'm saying? With whatever you feel you've been moving in the world, and make sure you overpower them and scare them into submission, so that they don't be allowed to continue to do what it is that they're doing. Because in order for your whole mechanism to keep following its itinerary, we can't have one person out the box. You know what I'm saying? We need that person to step back in line. It's crazy. It's freaking insane sometimes to actually be alive in a world that's dead. You know what I'm saying? Because if we were all alive, it wouldn't be no beef or animosity. But unfortunately, that's the reality of the world. So again, be mindful and understanding that you could be targeting the wrong person. You know what I'm saying? Simply because of you putting on a certain display of really acting as if, you know what I'm saying, and portraying as if, being a fake version of yourself to this person, but really your spirit don't like them. Listen, a lot of these people are really being themselves, but they have a whole nother side to them for people that decide to play with them. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost as if like people will be forced to have to look at their own self instead of trying to paint the finger at someone else. Because as you're doing that, that person is still going to elevate regardless. And you're still going to drive yourself into a ditch if you're not aware of the things that you do. You know what I'm saying? The energy in some people is so vibrant. People love it. People think they that until you actually start speaking your level of, you know what I'm saying, intelligence, and they realize they not on that level. They start to get angry. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea. But again, like I said, the devil is strong too. You know what I'm saying? As well as the universe, God, Allah, whoever you pray to. And a lot of us have been tricked into the devil lifestyle, and we thought we were going to win. You know what I'm saying? And we thought these people that are now having this certain level of power were never going to be able to survive in a world where evil was the determining factor. That's what they told us. So now, because we're been tricked, we more mad. Now we got to make sure we do everything to try to damage a person that has a certain level of intelligence, not even realizing we don't know nothing about them, what they've been through, or what they've experienced. We could, better yet, not even know our life is exactly something they've already experienced already. You know what I'm saying? But again, when people don't care to really know, they don't talk to you, don't ask you no questions, they just be, intentions be ugly, mad, angry. You know what I'm saying? And again, as a person who exudes a certain level of energy, it's very annoying to wake up day to day and know that people who don't even know you hate you. I be thinking to myself, like, listen, you don't even know me. You have no idea what type of person I am. You just looking at me, my status, probably what I look like on the outside, and judging. I think that's the wrong thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So listen, if you don't know what it is, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.